Let's start with your reading, Aries. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future, and then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Okay, definitely very conflicting cards, especially by the end. And look at this, the main energy for the reading today, the Lovers. You're starting very strong today. We see an energy that talks about a very spiritual and beautiful connection. Something that changed the both of you in ways that you couldn't anticipate. But I do see a lot of questions around this energy, a lot of doubts, and maybe even some regret. There was a struggle in creating harmony around this powerful connection, and eventually it all led to trust issues, feeling as though the other person was drifting away for some reason. Let's see what's going on in this situation, Aries. First of all, in the recent past, Ace of Swords and the King of Wands, there is definitely a lot of energy coming from someone else over here, coming from your person potentially. And although we're looking into the past, I really feel that this is very much alive still today. This was clearly someone who was very important to you, and you were very important to them as well. The fire and passion that connected the two of you is something that you don't get to experience very often. On paper, it all looked great, but there is something here that is not fully showing up yet, and we'll need to look into it in order to understand where it all went wrong. But overall, eventually it came up, and it was impossible to ignore. We'll come back to this to see what this was about. In the current energies, we have the Hierophant and the Moon. You're currently trying to make sense of it all, and that's what probably brought you here today to this video. You look back and you see how much you actually believed in this, how many experiences the two of you had, and you are left wondering, how did it all go away? What was the meaning of all of that if now we're just apart and we treat each other like strangers? Where is that connection? Something that I really thought it was going to last forever. What is left of all of it? Although it might be frustrating, you're doing the right thing here, Aries. You always have to find a way to give failure and pain a meaning so that you can eventually transform it into something that will help you move on and find happiness again. So, what is the meaning of all of this? We will dive deeper into this energy to clarify that. Hopefully, we'll be able to find out. In the near future, we have the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. It looks like soon in the future, you're going to give yourself a chance. There is something very emotional showing up here with the Ace of Cups. And I see you really letting go of what you cannot control. You're definitely experiencing a time in which you're finding it hard to let go. I mean, look at this. With the King of Swords, you're coming from that energy. And you might be rejecting the idea that this is not going to happen, or at least for now. But what you don't know is that just around the corner, there is a very emotional, beautiful new beginning. And you do not want to miss out on this one, Aries. I can assure you of that. We'll see what this is about. So, let's start clarifying. And let's begin with the recent past. The Hierophant, once again. The Chariot. The Eight of Pentacles, one more. Oh, the Devil right here, I see. You know, this really was a strong bond, spiritual connection, something very strong, wasn't it? You did not see the end of it until you were forced to. I see here a lot of denial overall, whether it was related to issues and red flags that someone ignored, or a denial of internal feelings that piled up. It got to a point where this connection was not able to grow anymore. It just feels as though the two of you in that moment in time might have had different goals. I see you going in different directions, or you might have had different values, and you failed to align the two. The love was there, but as you know, love is not enough. It needs collaboration. It needs good communication. Something that in the last few weeks or months was definitely missing in between the two of you. The last few weeks of this relationship. There was no collaboration, no communication, and all that love just became a distant memory, and it transformed into pain. So it just feels like the two of you were not on the same page, but it's a bummer because the love is absolutely there. But let's see what's going on in the present. Let's clarify the current energies. This reading reminds me of the Capricorn one a little bit. Maybe the other person is a Capricorn. Wow, Eight of Swords, Five of Swords, Strength, and Temperance. You know, it might not feel like it, but this person came in your life for a reason. There is something that this person did to you, did to your soul, to your heart. You know, maybe at the time they helped you healing from something, or they reminded you how hard you can love and how important connections are to you. It woke up something within you that up to that point was dormant. You know, it's true that some relationships are not meant to last forever, but they're meant to teach us something that will last forever. And this person was very much destined to cross paths with you in order to place you on a different trajectory. This is definitely similar to the Capricorn reading. Again, you cannot see it now because you're deep into your journey, deep into your head, and it's hard to just see the maze that you find yourself in. You cannot understand why you're placed in front of these twists and turns, but soon you'll be able to see how important this connection was for your life, for your future, for your personal journey. And honestly, when you see that, when you understand that, Aries, you will really feel much better, regardless of the actual outcome of this. It feels like right now everything is falling apart, but there is something to learn here, something that can change you again very deeply. So let's see then what's coming up in the near future. Let's clarify the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Judgment, the Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. You know, I definitely see why you have been having a hard time letting go of that person. There is something really, really special attached to them. They were the first at something, or at least the first in a long time for you. And they ended up leaving a footprint on your heart. And it's hard to pretend that it's not there. But here's the thing. You can miss someone, Six of Cups, and not wanting them back. You can still love someone deeply and walk away from them. Your feelings shouldn't always be the moving force in your life. There are moments in which your mind needs to be stronger than your heart. And this is definitely one of those moments right here. It's time to give to yourself, Aries. It's time to give all of that love that you have inside of you to yourself. It's absolutely important to do this right now. There is definitely still a lot of love that this person carries for you, but this cannot put you in a position of waiting. I definitely see someone here who at some point will try to pull you back. This is not over. And we'll see next what this is going to be. But for now, you need to focus on yourself. And I see you doing that very soon overall here with the Six of Pentacles. You are wanting to start from scratch, judgment, rising from your own ashes. And hang in there, Aries, because soon you will start to feel as though you know what you're doing without just wandering in the darkness, not knowing what comes next. You have a very important soul connection coming your way. This is a beautiful combination over here. And it's just waiting for you to be ready to receive it. It feels like your life wants to change, but you'll have to want it to, otherwise it's not gonna happen. So Aries, so far we've seen that all you have to do is give your own meaning to what caused pain in the past. Build context around it and focus on where it can bring you instead of focusing on where it did not bring you. It's not easy, but you owe it to yourself, especially considering what's coming up next. So let's do this. Let's keep going with the reading to see what this Ace of Cups new beginning is going to be about. Also, since there is still a lot of love from the previous person, should you expect them to show up again in the future? But especially, how is your life going to change once you decide to let go of the burden of a failed relationship, regardless of what it meant to you in the past? So let's look into all of this and let's see what you should expect in the near and distant future, Aries. If you want to dive deeper into the messages with me, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal live 45-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well, please. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Aries. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events is the World. There is a happy ending over here for you. And although it's not the ending, it is the ending of a chapter of your life which needed to close, needed to be released, so that a new one could have begun. I see you doing pretty good over here. Something is making you feel happy, complete, at the same time independent. You're finally making plans for yourself without waiting on the other person to reach out, to say something, to show their love, to just give you a sign. But also, there is someone here showing their love to you. And it already looks very powerful, to be honest with you. Who is this person? Do you know them already? And how is all bound to evolve in the future? Let's keep going with your reading to find that out. But overall, I am excited for this transformation because after everything you've been through, the Sun, you deserve some happiness again, Aries. So first of all, let's clarify this World card and let's see what you should expect in the near future. This is going to happen fast. This is going to happen so quick, and the Hierophant is coming up once again. All right, Aries, get ready for this because definitely you were not expecting for this to come back so soon into your life. First of all, we see